It's time for the original variety show of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. It's Outside the Barrel with your host, Flint Rasmussen. Joining us on the show today, tie-down ropers, I almost screwed that up, Shane Hanchey and Beau Cooper. And longtime friend of the show and true country music artist, Mr. Josh Ward. And now, without further ado, the biggest cheat in the Pro Fantasy Rodeo Charity League, Mr. Flint Rasmussen!
Richard knows that song is like chocolate to me. Play a little. They'll shut us off. I still got it a little bit. Good to see everybody. Look at all the people. Man, see, people are catching on. Monday, huge crowd yesterday. Best crowd of the week yesterday. You guys are in contention now, so welcome. Did you call me? We're going to talk about that. We're going to cover Pro Fantasy Rodeo in segment number 2 today. So,
what is it? Casual Tuesday? Did I miss the memo?
Okay, so yesterday I went anti-rodeo announcer. Remember, I did the shoes and the jean jacket. Today I put this shirt on, and my daughter said, "Are you going to wear a sport coat, a jacket over that?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "No, that looks good. Go with that. Roll it." I like my belt. That's yeah.
I would love for one person in this room to have to spend a day in the life of Kurt at the NFR and talk to you about your fashion stylings. It dominates more than what the content of the show is.
I said to my daughter Shelby, I said, "Do I look hot?" And she said, "What? You're my dad." So, if Carrie Underwood was my mom, I'd tell her she was hot. Never move out. I don't know. By the way, I'll give her a little plug because I had a lady in Billings, Montana made me this belt. Her name is Nadia Bad Bear, and she made me the beaded belt. If your last name is Bad Bear, you can do some bead work. Telling you. Her daughter is a basketball superstar from Montana, Cola Bad Bear. Anyway, there you go. Notice it's Montana State blue and gold colors. Yeah. There you go.
Back to clothes again.
Oh, I know, but anyway. Well, my judge is I look at the look in the eyes of the ladies, and it seems to be going okay so far. Listen, I'm big with the cougars and the snow leopards.
You need to learn how to read a room. The snow leopard up by my house. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. What's your neighbor's name?
Judy.
Judy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, you get a snow leopard that's stuck in Centennial, Wyoming, everybody looks good. Well, how did we do this?
I don't know.
What are we doing? By the way, I want a little update. Who was here yesterday? Were you guys here yesterday? We don't raise. It's not third grade. Our man Keaton Brown yesterday, who knocked it out of the park. So, remember, he told us backstage, the deal was it was Chancey Williams that didn't feel well, so he filled in. Then he said, "Well, I kind of opened a show for Chancey Williams." So I reported to Chancey Williams, and he said, "I know that kid. It's so good." So Chancey was happy for Keaton that it all worked out. So that was, it's the circle of life.
I think
what this show is.
It worked out pretty well for us, too. That kid was amazing.
Yeah. Really quick, I have a thought. And once in a while I go deep here.
Yeah.
I go deep thoughts. This isn't real negative. I was thinking, because I went to the rodeo last night in person. I usually kind of watch it from wherever, but Shelby and I went last night. And it reminded me of what I tell people all my years going to PBRs. There's a lot of armchair judges and people watching on TV, and they have the ability to express their opinion wherever they want now. And I always use this analogy. I've been to a few NFL football games. And the first thing you notice when you go to an NFL game or even an NBA game is, holy cow, they're so much bigger and so much faster in person. That's the first thing you notice. But people don't always think that when you watch rodeo. PBR to me is the same way. You can't fathom how big and fast the bulls are till you see them in person. And that was the first thing I thought of last night. For people sitting watching at home saying, oh, this bulldog or this, and this barrel racer, this calf roper. It is so, the excellence of the cowboys and cowgirls at the NFR, you see it on TV, but you really don't see it till you're in person. And I thought of that last night. So everybody judging at home, the one that really stands out, because you can't see them until they bust through the gate, is the barrel racers and the quality of the horses and the power of the horses. It's so fast and so good. And the lady sitting at home that won a buckle in the 3D at Miller's Horse Palace last week, you just don't know. You just don't. So anyway, it's so good live, and it's so much bigger and so much faster. And so anyway, it's great.
It reminds
really
me
great.
it reminds me of the Beacon in Casper. They're so much bigger and so much faster. If you don't see them in person, you can't appreciate it. No?
Are you talking about the people? You're talking about ladies in the Beacon in the cows. Go sneak into the Beacon. Yeah. You got a big response from that. Yeah. That was a good one,
Thanks,
Kurt.
people. Thanks. Try to keep up.
You just can't fathom how big they are.
And how fast.
That's terrible. Look, I was doing a good, serious topic. Now you're going to get us emails.
I don't get the emails.
Hey, I'd take any other topic on messages, by the way. Anyway, speaking of NBA, I do got to say, I completely stay away from this topic. I don't get, people get upset with me, but when all the national anthem kneeling and stuff, I just, like, you know what? Those people mean nothing in my life, and really there's way more of us than there are of them. I just don't care. Whatever. If you want to be an idiot and kneel during the national anthem, whatever. People have kind of quit doing it, so that's good. But I was thinking about what Governor Mike Huckabee, when he stopped a couple days ago, if you weren't here, he stopped by and he said he loves the Western world because it is second nature for us that if a flag comes by, you take off your hat, you stand up. When the national anthem starts, you stand up, you stand at attention, whether it's like this or like this, whatever you do. We just do it. And I've noticed when we go to different parts of the country, it's not second nature for people to do that. Even like on the East Coast, they do it, but it isn't automatic like it is to us. So with that in mind, and the fact that I don't speak out on any of it just because I am going to say this. LeBron, I've tried really hard to like LeBron James through the years. I think he's amazing, great athlete. His son plays basketball at USC. And 2 nights ago at the game, he walked into the gym during the national anthem and just sat down and let it finish. What a dick.
Yeah.
Hey. Sorry. That's it. That's all I got. He did. He just walked. Everybody was standing. He walked in holding hands with like his daughter and just sat down with his ball cap on. He wasn't making a statement. You know what's worse than not making a statement? Not to have the wherewithal that you're an idiot. Like, just, is that it? It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't cross your mind? I mean, if I met him face to face, I'd say, listen, LeBron. Like that. Like that. Okay, I'm going to calm down now.
Okay. Are you good?
It's not funny. Not funny.
No.
We used to talk. Rich, I work a lot with Richard, who's played music, PBR stuff, and I did a few bits like the boneless chicken, where I'd flop around, and we decided after I survived a heart attack like 15 years ago that we needed a safe word that they'd all be laughing at me, and actually I was dying of a heart attack. So
red tomato.
Spumoni. Okay, sorry. I need to give you your time. You brought something today, right?
I did. And you're one of my best friends, and we are great friends, but everything we do is a competition.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And so it got me to thinking, I brought this today. Just one more level of competition. It's the outside the barrel. Who was the cutest contest? On the left is probably the best picture, me, and on the right is you. Who? All right, let's turn it over to the audience. Who is the cutest? Let's start with Flint. Who thinks Flint was the cutest?
Look at all the ugly dudes didn't clap for me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Now, who thought the guy on the left, me, was the cutest?
Listen to the guys. It's all guys.
Hey, wait.
Hey, I can relate.
I think it was a tiebreaker.
Don't cross the line. No, I'm joking. You think?
I think it was a tie.
I'm trying to think what grade that would have been. I remember that shirt. It was kind of a tie-dye. The bowl haircut, obviously, that was still when my dad cut our hair. Look at my blonde highlights.
Here's what I thought. I knew it would be close. So I came up with a tiebreaker, okay? I have selected one random person out of the audience.
You've never met him.
Never met him before, and I thought we'd let them decide. So the lucky winner is the lady in the blue jean jacket right down here in the front row.
Okay.
Ma'am, who do you vote for? Will you vote for Flint? Left? She votes for the left. It has been solved. The new champion, the cutest of outside the barrel.
I'll let you have it.
Thanks, Mom.
That's his mom. That actually is his mom. You're a dick, too.
Me and LeBron. We're gonna set it up and talk about Flint. Yeah.
That was a good picture. Where'd you get that picture?
I have my sources. There's a lady in Choteau, Montana that feeds me stuff once in a while.
Yeah. Is her name Tootie?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Tootie. No, never mind. So we have a fun show today. We're going to go over some things. We're kind of thankful at this show when maybe a guest can't make it or something. We can improvise. That's a fun part of what we do. Sometimes we have the best shows. Look at yesterday with Keaton Brown. Anyway, we are going to do some Pro Fantasy Rodeo update analysis, but later in the show, coming up in just a few minutes, Shane Hanchey, Beau Cooper are here. That's going to be a great conversation. That'll be fun. But coming up, we're going to take a really quick break from Pendleton Whiskey. Coming up, Pro Fantasy update analysis, special guests on the couch, which includes Kurt. Back after this, real quick. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Growing up, you wanted those older cowboys that you admired to someday call you a cowboy. Nobody can tell you you can't do that if you want to work at it hard enough. If money's super important, I'm doing the wrong thing, but I kind of got to pinch myself because I truly love what I do. It's amazing what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit. Just make sure it gets taken care of.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Going to the live rodeo, I will say, I love seeing people in the crowd, but about halfway through the rodeo, enough's enough. Yeah, we saw the girl in the mini skirt dancing. I'm not being that get off my lawn, but it's unless it's me, then I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I never get on camera. So, little Pro Fantasy Rodeo update. Kurt does not get to sit on this couch very often, so I let him come up here.
This might be his first time.
Might be the first time. The girl in the gold with the brown hat is my daughter, Shelby Rasmussen. There you go. Our expert analysis. You're
expert. I helped you pick your team.
Actually, that's why I brought her. Shelby, we were driving down the road. Where were we? Oh, we were going to Choteau, Montana for Thanksgiving. And Shelby pulled it up and wrote it all down and did the math and helped me pick my team. So I thought she was a part of this.
Shelby did math.
Hey, we're good at math.
We're
not good at a lot of things, but we're pretty good at math.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so the Pro Fantasy Rodeo Charity Tattoo League, Celebrity Tattoo League consists of 23 individuals who are deemed to be some sort of celebrities. Everybody from Cowboy Channel personalities to rodeo announcers, people like us.
To Kurt.
Kurt.
Yeah.
And Kurt.
And
we
Kurt.
moved him to the stage. He gets to be a Pro Fantasy Rodeo. 23. Give us our current rankings out of 23, Kurt.
Well, you were at 6 yesterday, and you fell to 10th last night. I stayed right there at 11th. I moved up a spot from 13 to 11, so I'm creeping
That's
past
two
you.
spots. You went up 2 spots.
Well, it's like going on 3, 1, 2, and then we go, or do we go 1, 2, 3, and go? Yeah.
No,
So
no, it's not.
I don't think you can make any math comments anymore.
Look at you guys throwing your fancy math around at me.
I did not. My team did not have a great night last night.
No.
So, by the way, in the Celebrity Tattoo League, how it works is it really doesn't matter what you place, and we all pick a charity. My charity this year is Big Sky Bravery, based in Bozeman, Montana, that helps current active military, takes them on, fishing trips, hunting trips, skiing trips. That's my charity. What's your charity?
Mine's the University of Colorado Cancer Center, where,
nice.
where they
Good for you.
took care of my dad last year.
Good for you. It's too bad you're not going to win. But anyway, if you're first, there's a bunch of money goes to your charity, and you get to design a tattoo for the person that gets last. So in the middle, doesn't really matter as long as you're not last. You're either first or you're last.
And the nice thing about them inviting announcers and Cowboy Channel talent is it ensures that we'll never finish last.
Yeah, listen, we've said this for years. There is nobody worse at Pro Fantasy Rodeo than people who talk about rodeo for a living. People like McKee and
Kendra Santos, Butch
Steve
Knowles.
Kenyon. They're terrible.
Yeah.
They're dumb.
They're dumb.
Don't send your emails. By the way, if I say anything to offend you in these next 5-6 days, send your emails to Flint at I'mOldEnoughToRetireAndDon'tReallyCare.com. There you go. They'll go right to. They'll go right in there. We'll respond accordingly.
The crappy thing about all of this is they invited Brad Narducci to be in the league, and Brad was too busy, and he said, "Hey, just grab me a team." So I had 2 teams there that I've been playing with, and I thought I'll just give one to Brad and I'll take one. Well, he's sitting second right now.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, we won't. My bareback rider is Jess Pope. He's going to come alive. I mean, he's guaranteed to get average money, aggregate money, whatever. Not a bad. Jess.
Yeah. He's won the average every time he's been here.
Yeah.
So.
And he
Good
he
choice.
came in lower because he'd been hurt. Let's get right to Shelb here, our barrel racers. Okay.
Okay.
She came in, I think, 14th. Sue Smith, who's a good friend of our family. She hasn't won a lot of money, but that's a good pick, isn't it?
Yeah, I think she'll be, solid all week. I could see Sue hitting very few barrels, if any, and she knows what to do to keep a horse working and be as solid as anybody. So I think it's
as
a good
a
pick.
horse trainer as
yeah.
So
She's amazing.
Who's your barrel racer?
I went with Haley Kinzel.
Haley Kinzel.
Yeah.
And she'll chip away. She's tipped some barrels.
Well, when we get later into the conversation, I have a few people on my team that are going to be really dangerous that haven't done so well up to now.
Like who? No, we're in the conversation.
Yeah. Shane Hanchey's one. He's another one on my team. And that is a guy who's going to be extremely dangerous in the last 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Well, because he's going to be on the couch.
Yeah, he's going to be on the couch.
Here today. I think the same. We both have Will Loomis. He's had a little tough luck, but he's going to go for round wins.
No, I have Bridger Anderson.
Oh, you have Bridger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You have Bridger.
Yeah. Yeah, Will Loomis, I hope he's not here. He's only won like $1,600 this week.
I want to know. I'm going to get in trouble for this.
Yay.
I want to
who?
know if Haley Kinzel and Paige Jones split the round, who gets to introduce Jess Lockwood on stage? Think about it.
Yeah,
Come on.
Hey, you thought my joke sucked.
Nobody, you're afraid. You're afraid
Come on, Shelb.
because he was married to Haley Kinzel. And
Just stop.
Jess here. Jess was
Nobody's
here.
laughing at you.
Boy, did you see? Pretty day today out there, isn't it?
It's hit and miss. Yeah.
These lights are hot.
But here's the big, my Saddle bronc rider is Chase Brooks. I pick him. He always comes in middle of the pack. I pick him. He's from Montana. I like him. He'll win some money here and there. My team rope. I picked a team this year, an actual team of team ropers. I picked Clay Smith and Peyton Bray. They'll win a little money. They've kind of swallowed the olive here. Yeah.
I kind of picked them for you.
She picked them.
Yeah. You know what's strange, and you and I talked about this in the team roping. Do you split the team? Do you hedge your bet? I split my team this year, and I went with Derek and then Patrick Smith. And it turns out they've won the same amount of money as if they would have been a team. So there's no good answer.
Here's the one reason we did this. Update. I've been whining, admittedly, because I saved up all this money. I saved up my money because I thought Stetson Wright would ride more bulls than anybody else, and I saved up for Stetson Wright. Turns out he was hurt coming in. I didn't get the injury report, and I'm going to investigate his team for that. So I didn't know if I got to sub somebody in. It turns out the Tattoo League, they do it for you. And I got screwed on the deal because what they do is they just go to the next guy down below, and that's Kai Hamilton, and he's ridden every bull.
That should not be. Look, on my notes, I put an asterisk next to Kai because I went ahead and believed in Kai, and I bought Kai, and I put him on my team. Now, you didn't have the faith in Kai, you don't like Kai well enough, or whatever the reason is, you didn't put him on your team, and now you want to set up here and act like you're some big all-star that you figured this out, and that Kai, we're not going to have that.
You know my friend Hugh?
Yeah.
You damn right I did. So anyway, we'll monitor the situation as we go. I brought Shelby up. For one, because she bums off me all week. Doesn't matter how old they are, right, Katie Vandal? It doesn't matter. They just hang out, never buy me. But
you want to know the last time I saw Shelby? The last time this week is when I loaned her $100 to go play blackjack.
Guess who won in blackjack?
I can afford that now.
Shelb's up like $1,500.
Where's the interest? You think
She's
that
not
money
interested.
I know you're around him and you think money grows on trees, but those of us over at the Letter Buck Bar.
Money does grow on trees at my house. I just only have half the tree now.
I'll go buy you a Pendleton.
You got the wind side. The windward. What is it?
Okay.
Layward?
Before we let Shelby go, we got to keep moving. Shelby, I'm going to give you the chance. You were coaching at Montana State University. Now you work for a company called Learfield Sports. We've been talking college rodeo all week, so really quick, I'm going to give you the floor to talk so people are aware of what you're doing with your job.
Yeah, I work for Learfield Sports, so we own the multimedia rights at hundreds of schools across the country. So we're now expanding what we do into college rodeo, and right now we have 7 schools that have taken over the sponsorship and multimedia rights for, and the goal is to have 20 to 30 of these big college rodeo programs and elevate the sport. And I think that could really start with college rodeo. I think there's a ton of opportunity there, and I'm very passionate about it. It changed my life, so I'm excited to be working in it now.
There you go. Good deal. Make it bigger and better, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, we good? Shelby, look at me. Colin, look at me. Shelby, look at me. When it comes down to it, look at me. Think who orders you room service. When it comes down to it by the end of the week, whose team looks better to you that might have a chance to win this thing?
Well, I picked yours, kind of.
Kind
so
of.
I think...
You're a big
Do
enough,
not be intimidated.
You are
by
a big
him.
enough person to admit when you may have been wrong, are you not? Are
yes,
you not?
but I'm
Okay.
not saying I'm wrong. I'm going with yours.
Okay.
I'm confident
All right.
in our team.
The
All
nut
right.
doesn't
Sorry.
fall very far
Let's
from
get
the
to
tree.
move on. Who gave Kurt a microphone? Anyway, all right. Thanks, Shelb. Good to see you. Behave out there. Stay out of jail today. Stay away from boys. Kurt, good job. Coming up after the break, Shane Hanchey, Beau Cooper. We got a lot to talk about. More to come. Thanks for everybody watching at home. Thanks for everybody here at Cowboy Christmas. Back after a quick break. Ready? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Outside the Barrel. Okay, I haven't addressed this in a couple days. Is the chair okay still? Is it too big? I haven't got any comments on social media lately. It's throne-ish, right? Good? Or you guys seem to be, okay, thank you. Thank you to the snow leopard. Appreciate it. By the way, all the furniture that is up here, compliments of our friends at Runyon's Fine Furniture. And for the record, if interested, all of the pieces up here, for sale. They're not on sale, but they're for sale. Is that the right way? But they're for sale. This is good stuff, by the way. So if you brought a big truck and want to take it home to Montana or Wyoming, it's all for sale. Anxious to have these two guys on today. One is a true friend of this show. I have him almost every year because we have such a good conversation. The other, a rookie to the NFR, and we heard about him all through the season with some things that happened, but anxious to have them both on at the same time. Tie-down ropers all week here at the NFR. Shane Hanchey, Beau Cooper. One there and one there. Have a seat right here. Just sit there with your hand on his leg. Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Beau, how you doing, man? Shane's been here before. You're kind of a newbie. How you feeling? You okay?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Everything I've dreamed of. So hasn't gone the way I dreamt it up, but just to be here is.
I thought this show
cool.
was everything you dreamed of.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I like him already, Shane. Good job.
Yeah, he's pretty funny to be around, that guy.
You're Canadian, aren't you?
Full blood. Yeah. Dawson Creek, BC on the top half, and Dutchess, Alberta on the bottom.
I'll tell you what. I've looked into that breeding program. That's a good mix.
Yeah. I've kind of got rid of the northern BC accent, but.
But are you? Admittedly, we had Jordan Hansen and Jared Parsonage on a few days ago, and by the end of the show, I was ending everything in a question. It's easy. I'll bet. How long does it take you to fall completely back into the northern BC accent?
You just 6 hours, maybe you get me up there, play a little pond hockey, and maybe go rope a beaver or something.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure, bud.
I was going to say, it just takes a few Canadians gathering around each other, and then their accents become more Canadian.
Yeah. And they have all the little we were going through all the Canadian sayings the other day that we don't know.
Yeah.
And Jordan Hansen all of a sudden just said one, not on purpose, I said, that bull looked about as fun as a root canal. And he said, yeah, with no freeze, hey? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So he didn't even know.
Yeah, I would say my line is I end everything with the word guy, pretty much.
Guy?
Yeah.
See, I will go with you on this. Everybody thinks Canadians say, how you doing? That's how they get Canadians, but that's not always true.
Newfoundland, I think it is.
Newfoundland does? Yeah. It's a lot of hey.
Hey.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Hey, but you're a guy.
Yeah, I'm a guy, yeah.
Put it in context.
It'll pop up when we're talking, for sure. The whole time.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
This guy's been fun to have around. You guys are pretty tight. Do you travel together? He lives around you. Explain the connection here.
Yeah, I mean, we travel as much as one from Louisiana and Canada can travel together. I figured that out this summer when we were entered together, and I didn't see him for a while, and I'm like, so are we rodeoing together, or we just entered together? Because you know how the summer goes, the way it, you make a short round, he don't, or he makes a short round, I don't, and next thing you know, we're not seeing each other for 3 or 4 weeks, and so, but no, he means a heck of a lot to all of us in Carmine. Quick backstory, I did a couple roping schools in southern Alberta, and little skinny kid walking around was in my roping school, and I'm like, hey, he can rope pretty good, and then got introduced, and then found out that him and Zeke are first cousins, and then when he turned 18.
Wait, who are you first cousins with?
Zeke Thurston.
Zeke Thurston.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
His mom and my mom are sisters.
That's that Southern Alberta breeding program.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good mares, those two.
Gotta be.
Oh,
No,
So-
but and so with that, he said, hey, I want to take this to the next level. What do I need to do? And I said, well, our doors are open in Carmine down there, and he came down that winter, and first time him and his dad drove down from Stettler, and it was a ways away, but he's been making the trip ever since then, and he's my first student to make the national final, so I've been hanging my hat on that pretty good.
I see it. I see it now. You look a lot. You and Zeke do look alike. I didn't know that. And now it's like, yeah, well, I got it now. So
And then your mom, your mom's worked for the scoreboards and stuff, right?
Yeah, so my mom, they run a scoreboard in Canada. I would say early 2000s. They took them to most everywhere, and then they actually did the grand entry at the NFR for quite a few years, I think. But
So this is all, you're pretty familiar. I mean, and everybody does, when we're in cities. How'd you ever get started in such and such? And it is like asking a professional football player's kid, when did you think you wanted to be a football player? It just happens, doesn't it?
yeah. And like growing up, I team roped more than I calf roped, and then when I started calf roping, then it was all over from there. But like we've always ranched and been involved in rodeo ever since I was little. So, it was just kind of the path my life was going.
What did this guy do? How old are you?
Just turned 22 in
22.
September, yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
Right.
Isn't it weird to go, what year? So what year were you born?
2001.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did this guy, you see guys come to the NFR. You see guys plug away for a lot of years and make it, see young guys make it. There's always some factor that maybe you didn't have that you learned. You don't suddenly become better, but there's something else. What did this guy maybe teach you to get over that hump to get you here? Something that Shane Hanchey has to offer that maybe others don't or that you didn't have.
Oh, a lot. Roping, just in general. But no, flanking and tying was probably the major one. It was funny when I first got down there, and he said, he's like, you're not like everybody else that I've kind of taught. He said you score good and you rope good. He said you suck on the ground though. He said usually everybody else flank and ties good and can't hardly ride a stick horse, but yeah.
Interesting.
But and then just like winning, like when you get a good calf, don't beat yourself. Like it sounds easy, but like he does it so well. Like watching him last night, it looks like he's going in slow motion. He throws his hand in the air. He's 7'5". Like
Right.
he never makes too many moves, and it's just everything is done with a purpose. Like
I always looked at Shane Hanchey. Luke Branquino will go down as one of the great bulldoggers of all time. Luke Branquino credits that to learning to bulldog when he weighed 130 pounds. So every movement he made had to be efficient. He had to do it the exact right way and not depend on his size. You're the littlest guy out there. You have to do everything exactly right to be efficient and win.
Yeah, growing up, I knew that I wasn't going to be 6'3", 210 pounds or whatever, but I knew that if I wanted to make a living at this, and I really exceeded my career's expectations, honestly, but if I wanted to do this for a living for a long period of time, I knew that I had to add two things. My technique had to be correct. I'm not going to out-muscle, out-strength any of these calves we rope, and I knew I had to be a good horseman. And I knew that I had to have great horses, and if I didn't, I wasn't going to win. And so them two things I've kind of stuck with me, year after year, and I've been really fortunate to have great horses and be able to ride them and learn how to use them. And, like he said, I kind of pride myself on trying not to make many mistakes and fluid, no wasted movements. But yeah, and to go back on your point, when you said that, when Tyler Wagasback was high school rodeoing with me, he was the littlest bulldogger there, and he's gonna go down as one of the greatest of all times.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing.
Yeah. We became familiar with you this winter. Frankly, I got tired of hearing about it.
Really?
Not because of you, just in general.
Yeah.
The whole barrier malfunction at Houston, you should have won. Let's start a GoFundMe for this poor kid.
Yeah.
But because you're the first rodeo cowboy that ever had any type of call work against you, just so you know.
Yeah.
First one in history.
First one.
I'm not trying, I'm kind of being sarcastic, but I think you would agree. It got to a point where you just wanted to keep rodeoing. Barrier malfunction, everybody replayed it back. Now we have a way to look at it over and over and over. I got the impression, looking at you, it's like, hold on, I'm going to be at the NFR anyway. Everybody just take a frickin' breath here. Am I on track?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, it was, I think me, Shane, and Zeke, all we did for the next 4 days was talk on the phone and answer people and interviews and whatnot. But, yeah, it kind of lights a fire under your ass after it happens to, kind of get after it a little more. And, yeah, I'm not saying that I would have liked to win it, but, like, looking back, I wouldn't change anything now. Like, it's been a huge kind of blessing for me, the way that everything's turned out this year. I'm thankful for a lot of the things that's become of it. So,
But
yeah.
we are in a different situation with society to have that ability than to second guess, because we look at it over and over right in front of us. And it is I'm not lessening the situation you were in, but it's kind of sport. It's kind of sports.
Mm-hmm.
It does happen, and you do have to overcome that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think that being able for everybody to see what happened, was the main thing, and the way this guy handled it was so much better than if that would have been me. And I
No way.
Yeah. But I mean, like he said, like the sponsorships he's got out of this, all this stuff, just from the way he handled it, and then the GoFundMe deal literally, he was by himself at the short round that day. I was at a jackpot in Buffalo, and I'm watching it on my phone. And when it goes down, I call him. The barrier didn't work. Go back down there. The head of judging's there. This and that. Long story short, nothing got resolved there. So, guess what? That night, I get back from the jackpot. He gets back from Houston. It's just me and him sitting in my living room, and we're just like, don't even know what to say to one another, and trying to figure out how we're going about all this. But not one time, was this guy like, hey, I got hosed or this and that. I mean, just the way he handled it, it taught me, how to handle these situations and for the whole world to see. I mean, it'd have been different, like you said, if that had happened at Marwayne, Alberta, Bruce, Alberta,
Bruce, Alberta,
the Bruce Stampede, but it didn't. It happened in the short round of the biggest rodeo of the regular season for everybody to see it, and it got out of hand. And just like the GoFundMe deal, he had no idea that was coming up, and then
Right.
what'd he do?
Yeah.
I mean,
And it meant a lot to us because that was
Montana.
a Montana kid that we knew. People were sending money because you were destitute, living on the street because you didn't. You went.
He was eating pretty good during that time,
Lane
wasn't he,
right
Lane?
right here.
Yeah, I mean, he was still eating steaks and all good stuff. I mean,
So yeah, some people started, and I didn't agree with that just because, but you made something good out of it. Tell people what you did.
Yeah, so I don't get full credit for it, but Tiffany Cooper, Tuff's wife, started it out of the goodness of her heart. She'd just seen that people were saying that we need to GoFundMe, and so she took initiative to start it for me. I didn't feel right about taking the money. I mean, all these people, it wasn't their fault that the barrier malfunctioned. I don't feel right about taking their money. So it was just, I would say, I mean, it sounds bad, but it was good timing. Like that what happened to Caleb was the same day, and
Caleb Berquist, former
yeah.
Montana State rodeo kid.
Yeah.
tied on roper.
We tied a really great
College
calf
finals,
roper in
yeah.
Washington. Yeah. Anyway.
And yeah, so that next morning, I never met Caleb. One time at Helena, we were in the same perf, and he went 7-8 and was winning the rodeo. I went 7-7 right after him, but that was the only time I'd seen him. So yeah, so then it ended up maybe like 87,000 or something is what we ended up raising, and I just felt like that was a way better cause that he get it. So I turned it over to them, and they ended up getting all the money for medical costs and whatnot. And so it helped them out a lot.
And he's doing good. They have a big ranch in Eastern Washington.
Seen he was Brandon, yeah.
He's been on horseback.
That's awesome.
Broke his back in a side-by-side accident, and so yeah, good for you. Good comes out of everything.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
So okay, real quick, you won tie down rope and horse of the year, but you haven't been on him. Bugsy, tell us what's going on there.
Zeke got on him in the bronc ride last night.
Yeah, it's been tough. He won horse of the year, and I think he sustained an injury Monday when we were breakawaying the calves, and kind of showed up on Wednesday, and we thought we could maybe get him through it. So I rode him Friday night and Saturday night, and then got the call from my vet Sunday, and he said he don't need to be rode. So kind of jumped around, rode Havens the night of the third round, and then got on Peso last night, which is one I've rode here, and I'll ride him for the rest of the week. But yeah, we strained a suspensory branch in his behind left ankle, and so just like these guys that are suffering injuries and trying to go through it, my vet just said either ride him and he'd be out for a long time, or let him off the rest of the week and have him back for the winter. So it's tough. That's kind of been on my mind every day I wake up, is the horse that got me here. I'm not able to ride him because he's hurt, but God has his ways. And last night felt really good. I've never been so excited for a 5th place check, but I'm really am looking forward to the next 6 nights.
Yeah, you too, Beau. What do you think? Give me analysis so far. What
we
we're
got
doing
breaking.
moving
We
ahead.
got breaking news on here.
Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Breaking news. What's the breaking news?
Horse changed tonight.
Oh, you're making a horse show. Oh.
Yeah.
He's riding the one he won the Calgary Stampede on. So
Yeah, you didn't get Wayne Houston, but you won the Calgary Stampede.
Yeah, Catalina, my old high school horse. She's coming
come
up
from Zeke, by the way.
Zeke. Zeke,
Really?
two rank for Zeke. She bucked every day he started her, so he sent her over here to the man that can ride him.
Well, Zeke can't ride at Buckenhorse.
No, absolutely
No,
not.
I mean, what does he know?
Nothing.
Right?
Nothing. No.
Nothing.
Skeeter got on last night, according to Randy Corley.
Yeah, right.
Did Randy Corley call Zeke Thurston Skeeter?
Three-time world champ, Skeeter Thurston.
Skeeter.
Yeah, but
No way. Skeeter's his dad. Corley, come on. There's Skeeter Thurston, you know that.
Skeeter's the most popular guy in rodeo. When I was at Houston, that's all Bob Tallman could talk about, was that I was Skeeter Thurston's nephew.
That's because his name's Skeeter.
Yeah.
Woodrow.
That's his real name?
That's his real name. Yeah.
I've made a determination. I'll probably invite him back to this show again.
Yeah, he's not bad, is he?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. So, it's science tonight. You guys are going to do better.
Exactly.
Look at that.
I'll take 4th.
You'll
I
get
don't even
8th,
be
you'll
a
get
pick.
I don't
4th.
even remember the last 4 rounds.
Listen, I appreciate you guys. Shane, we didn't even talk football, but we'll do that on the phone.
Well, catch us on your podcast. I mean, you can go back and.
Shane was actually on my podcast, according to Flint, and we talked football. Beau, you're due. We'll get you on there, and we'll have you on the show again. I appreciate. Believe me, we keep a mental list in our heads of cowboys that can talk in complete sentences. You've made the list.
Well, thanks for having me there, guy. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
you got it, guy.
Yeah,
hey,
there you are.
You bet. Give it up,
There it
Shane Hanchey, Beau Cooper, Josh Ward singing for us next. Don't go anywhere. Back after this.
Welcome to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Here comes a Texas two-step Las Vegas style. Woo!
Back, everybody. Isn't it? I think we'll look at that 30 seconds goes by fast, doesn't it? You're okay. I got stuff to do. You're all right. I scheduled this, by the way. I got this. By the way, let's Kurt, do you have tickets, free drink tickets? Here. Hey, I'm thirsty. Or are they over here? Did you put some on my? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Hey, good game. We have the Beau Cooper, Shane Hanchey cheering section over here. Where? Yeah. Who came the farthest today? Who traveled the farthest? Where? Casper? Canada. Did you fly? Doesn't count. Where's that? You're from New York? Upstate New York or city? Way up there. It's pretty nice up there. Yeah, did you flew in did you come specifically for the rodeo? Really? Do you guys up in upstate New York know Pendleton whiskey? A little bit. Here I got, let's see, who's all there? How many of you are there? Well, Ken don't have that many. Do we have that many? Here, grab it. We got a whole box of these damn things. Here, there's a whole bunch. Come here, New Yorkers. I'm going to New York in a few weeks, actually. Sure, okay. See that little horse trailer back there? A horse trailer is what you haul horses in. Anyway. That one has no horses in it. It's the best kind of horse trailer. No horses. It's full of Pendleton whiskey. Those are all free drink tickets. I'm probably giving you too many, but that's okay. Here, there's some free stuff. There's no booze in that, but those will get you booze. And then tell your friends. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, there you go. Appreciate you. They're going to be plastered. Oh, look, I turn around and look who's here. Everybody give it up. A really great friend of the show, Mr. Josh Ward right here.
Hey, bud. I'm doing good. Yeah.
Hi, buddy. Good to see you. We have this. I like what you told somebody backstage, that it's not real formal when we line you up for the show. It's kind of you sent me a text. Hey, man, this is when I'm going to be in town. I'd love to be on your show. And we figure it all out, and here you are.
I just appear.
You do. Hey, how's your week? You're not swamped, but it seems like you have plenty to do to keep your music out there.
Yes, we've been very busy. I mean, it's not crazy like it has been in the past years, but yeah, I mean, we've obviously doing this show and a few others, and some shows there at the Westgate on Thursday. So it's been a fun year. NFR has been good to me this year.
Your health is good?
My health is great, man. I'm in the best shape of my life, and that I have been in a long time. Let's say
a couple years ago, a bad wreck on a horse, and I joked with you that there's not a lot of country music singers that can say they got hurt on a horse, and you're one of them. So
yeah,
we're glad you're okay. We're glad you're good. You've played the Opry. I think that was before you were here last year. I think. Yep. New album, you said you got a new album finally. You're delayed by COVID, by your wreck, finally coming together.
Yeah, it's finally coming together. I mean, we've been playing some stuff here and there off of the record here all week, and we're excited about it. It's been a long time in the making getting it out, and we're finally getting to play it in front of crowds. So,
will you sing us one from that?
Oh yeah. Here's one that I've always, Flint, you know how it is in the music business. We both have mutual friends, a lot of mutual friends within the industry. And just like this show right here, Shane's show, all the writers that write this awesome music, a lot of times they don't get that recognition. So I've always tried to give credit where credit is due. And I'll tell you right now, this guy that wrote this one right here, his name is Jake Worthington. And if you ain't ever heard of Jake Worthington, y'all need to go check him out. So, it's called Just Ain't Got to Me Yet. Got a cigarette needs burning, cold beer on ice needs drinking. I hear it's bad for your health, but it ain't got to me yet. That's a lip that I'll be biting, a tear I know I'll be fighting, but I'll give it my best. But it ain't got to me yet. Her leaving's coming, sure as Sunday morning. She's trying to hide it, but I've seen all the warning. Goodbye is leaving her breath. I need all the help I can get, but it ain't got to me yet. There's a cloud of dust down the driveway, chasing her to the highway, a day she'll never regret, but it ain't got to me yet. That's a memory I'll be seeing every night I'm sleeping. It's gonna hurt me to death, but it ain't got to me yet. Her leave is coming, sure as Sunday morning. She's trying to hide it, but I've seen all the warning. Goodbye is leaving her breath. I need all the help I can get, but it ain't got to me yet. Just ain't got to me yet. Thank y'all.
Good stuff. When's that? You have an album release estimate?
It's they pushed it back on us a little bit, probably around September, but we're going to be releasing singles before then. You'll be able to purchase the record before the hard copy comes out.
You bet. Good stuff. You always have great stuff.
Well,
it's real. It's real. Kurt in your intro said real country music.
I've been blessed to be able to surround myself with some great writers and some great people in my team, and songs on the record to me just ain't a song that's going to be put on there for filler. I want you to be able to take that record and put it in your pickup truck while you're going down the road and never hit skip. So, if it makes me feel that way,
yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
I mean, I'm kind of partial to the songs.
You're kind of partial to your own music.
I hope that everybody else loves them like I do.
Will you sing another one?
Absolutely. So this one right here, I'll tell you a story about it if we do have a little bit of time. But there's a few years ago, back during the pandemic, to where I lost my license and I couldn't get a plane ticket. And it was about the time that you couldn't go to the DMV and all that stuff. So we had to take the bus to Nashville to go up and write. And on the way up, I called my son, Jace. He's 17 now. And I said, hey, did you go to Fenolio and get your boots ordered? Yes, sir. I said, well, what size boots you wearing? He said, 11.5 double E. I said, dang, boy, you big enough to be walking in my boots. Never thought nothing else about it. So got in the writer's room, and my buddy Wyatt McCubbin tells me, he said, what do you want to write about? And I told him the story. He goes, well, there's the song. So this one's called Walking in My Boots. I hope you like it. The way he looks you in the eye, the way he shakes your hand, the way he says yes sir and yes ma'am, the way he just don't quit, the way he's wild and free, the way he reminds me of me. He's walking in my boots, doing what I do, acting like I did, talking like I talk. It scares me to death. 'Cause when I look at him, 'cause everywhere I've been is where he's headed to. He's walking in my boots. He's gonna get thrown off. He's gonna lose and win. He's gonna climb back on and get thrown off again. He's gonna go too fast, gonna drink more than a few. Yeah, that boy's gonna break a heart or two. Walking in my boots, doing what I do, acting like I did, talking like I talk. It scares me to death, 'cause when I look at him, 'cause everywhere I've been is where he's headed to. He's walking in my boots. Whoa. He's gonna live and learn, gonna find out which bridge to cross and which to burn. Walking in my boots, doing what I do, acting like I did, talking like I talk. It scares me to death, 'cause when I look at him, 'cause everywhere I've been is where he's headed to. He's walking in my boots. Thank y'all very much.
I like it. Good stuff.
I told him, I said, when we produced that record in the studio, I told him, I said, close your eyes. I made everybody in the room close their eyes. And I said, what do you think the sound of music sounds like if you're horseback on an open field, nothing else around you? And they started playing that right there.
Yeah, I like it. One thing we count on, Josh, you always sing us great songs, real country
thank you,
songs.
man.
Appreciate you. What do you got coming up Thursday?
Thursday,
correct?
over there at the Westgate, and it's going to be a honky-tonkin' good time for the Cowboys and Indians watch party. So if y'all are here, y'all come on.
Appreciate you. Always appreciate you. You're a good friend,
Thank
too.
you, buddy.
We appreciate it. Hey, tomorrow, we know there's kind of an anomaly tomorrow. We all do shows in the first part of the day, but there's a rodeo at 10 in the morning, so no rodeo contestants. But we're going to throw something together. First of all, musician Kylie Fry from America's Got Talent will be here. We're gonna do a little round table, a little semicircle couch with J.J. Harrison, Justin Rumford, and myself. So it'll be a fun time. Watch the rodeo. Come check out our show. Hey, thanks to Shane and Beau. Appreciate you guys. And as always, thanks to Josh Ward. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you. See you tomorrow. Have a great night.